Hello, this is Umair from Experienced Realty.
And I'm Neha from Experienced Realty.
Since our last video on Arabian Ranches 3, we received an overwhelming response. We have been flooded with messages from buyers, from investors, and even from future tenants, all asking the same thing. Can you tell us more about these standalone villas in Arabian Ranches 3? What's happening with Caya and when is going to be handed over? And so on.
Well, you asked and we listened. And today, we are doing exactly that. So if you are someone who owns a property in Caya, or if you're someone who's looking to buy, or even if you're somebody who is exploring rental options, this video is for you. We're taking you into one of the most in-demand villa clusters in the entire Ranches master plan, Caya Villas by Emaar.
In this video, we'll walk you through everything you need to know about Caya Villas. We'll discuss about the launch prices versus the current today transaction prices and where we believe the market is headed.
We're even going to talk about the layout options, the unit types from 3-bed, 4-bed, and 5-bedroom villas.
We'll discuss about the villa locations within Caya which offer the best long-term potential.
And most importantly, why standalone homes in Caya are appreciating faster than any other part of Arabian Ranches 3. So we're on site today in Caya, and honestly, it's so exciting to see how this community is coming to life as the handovers have just begun.
Yeah, the handovers have just begun and you can already feel the difference. The roads are nice, the landscaping is starting to look really nice, and the whole place gives you this modern, peaceful, luxury vibe, typical Emaar style.
So when Emaar basically first launched Caya, they were basically answering a big demand in the market. People wanted real standalone villas, not townhouses, not semi-detached, fully independent homes. Homes that give you more privacy, more space, and a big lifestyle upgrade, but still inside a safe, family-focused community.
And these villas really deliver. You get your own private garden, a rooftop terrace, perfect for sunset barbecues or relaxing with friends, spacious and open layouts that feel modern and airy. And the best part, the plots are bigger than usual, which you see in Arabian Ranches 3.
So if you're someone who wants more space, peace, and a proper villa lifestyle, Caya is definitely something worth looking at.
So Caya was launched back in 2021, and let's be real, a lot of people were unsure of the time. Some thought the location was too far, the others thought the prices are a bit too high.
But guess what? The smart buyers are the ones who believed in Emaar's vision, the ones that are smiling today. Their property values have gone up by double digits in just a few years.
That's the power of buying early, especially in a premium cluster inside a well-planned community like Arabian Ranches 3.
So now, Umair, let's take a closer look at the cluster map because this will help us understand Caya.
Right, so Caya 1 is actually quite exclusive, only 147 villas in total. That's make it one of the most smallest and most tightly held villa clusters in the whole of Arabian Ranches 3.
So let's break it down. These 147 out of these 38 were 3-bedroom villas that were launched at a price point of 3.5 million dirhams. These are perfect for small families who want a private villa lifestyle with smart layouts and easy access to parks and amenities.
Yes, so after 3 bedrooms, we have got 92 4-bedroom villas, which were launched at around close to 4.6 million dirhams. And 4-bedroom villas, they come in 2 types, Type A and Type B, with different plot sizes and built-up areas.
And finally, we have just 17 villas of 5 bedrooms, all of which are facing the Central Park. And these are super premium because they have wide frontages, they have beautiful sunken gardens and huge rooftop terraces with amazing park views.
Yes, so because of all these features, Caya 1 was a huge success, especially once price started going up. Emaar came back with brand new launch of Caya 2.
But this time they kept it even more focused. Only 4 and 5 bedroom standalone villas and just 99 units in total.
Exactly. There are 82 4-bedroom villas and just 17 5-bedroom villas.
No 3 bedrooms this time. So Caya 2 was perfect for 2 types of buyers. Either people who missed out on Caya 1 or those already living in Arabian Ranches 3 who wanted to upgrade to a bigger, more premium villa. If you've been thinking about Caya and want to know more, let's go inside and see what it's all about. We'll start with the 3-bedroom villas in Caya 1. These are a great choice for small families or even investors who want to enter this premium community at a smart price point.
So all these 3-bedrooms villas have a built-up area of around 3,534 square feet, and the plot sizes range from around 4,228 square feet to almost 5,000 square feet. On average, you're looking at about 4,600 square feet of the plot size, which is pretty generous for a standalone villa in this price range.
The layout is simple and smart. It's ground plus 2-floor setup.
And on the ground floor, you got a big living and dining area. And one thing families love, the semi-closed kitchen. It's open enough to keep things social, but it still gives you some separation. Plus, it has an internal door that leads you right into your backyard, which is super convenient.
Then, on the first floor, you'll find all 3 bedrooms. They're well spaced out, designed with privacy in mind. The master bedroom, of course, has lots of wardrobe space and a nice balcony that looks over your garden.
And on the second floor, you get a proper rooftop terrace. It's a flexible space. You can make it in a cozy lounge, a mini gym, a play area, or even a chill barbecue spot.
In a community like Caya, where outdoor living is such a big deal, this rooftop is really a bonus.
So now, after 3-bedroom villas, let's get inside of 4-bedroom villas. And honestly, this is where things start to feel really luxurious.
Yes, that's right. There are 2 types of layouts in the 4 beds called E3M1, let's call it type A, and E3M2, and let's call that type B. Both are designed for modern family living, but each one has a little something different to offer. Let me break it down for you. In the E3M1 or type A, you have a built-up area of 4,097 square feet, while the type B or E3M2 has a built-up area of 4,440. Similarly, type A has 241 square feet dedicated to the terrace area, while type B has 551 square feet dedicated to the terrace.
So in type B, you get a more internal space and nearly double the rooftop area. Great if you love entertaining or want to create an outdoor lounge or gym up there.
So now let's talk about the plot sizes. Caya's 4 beds really deliver here. They start at 4,613 square feet and go up to 6,988 square feet.
And there is even a rare one unit which has a plot size of around 8,226 square feet.
But on average, most plots are around 5,500 square feet, which gives you plenty of outdoor space.
And one of the best things about this layout, there is a 1-bedroom on the ground floor. Super handy for families with elderly parents, guests, or even if you just want to have a home office or a playroom.
Both layout types come with a maid's room and good storage space, as well as semi-closed kitchens, open enough to stay connected but still with some privacy and separation.
And the living area and the dining area run across the whole width of the villa, so it feels big, open, and perfect for hosting families, dinners, or weekend get-togethers.
All the other 3 bedrooms are on the first floor, and they're all spacious with great natural light.
Now, about those rooftops, if you go for E3M1, which is type A, the terrace size is 241 square feet, which is still great. But if you choose E3M2, which is type B, you get a huge 551 square feet of rooftop. And that honestly feels like a second living area.
So whether it's yoga or sundowners, chill time, or even a small movie setup, this space has some serious lifestyle value that it adds.
And that's why the 4 beds in Caya are in such high demand, especially from end users looking for long-term homes where their families can grow and enjoy really space inside and out.
Now let's talk about the 5 bedrooms. If you are someone who wants even more space, more privacy, and a layout that truly stands out, the 5-bedroom villa in Caya might be just what you're looking for.
So this villa 5-bedroom has a built-up area of around 5,484 square feet, with plots starting from around 6,138 square feet and some going up to almost 7,000 square feet. These are some of the biggest villas in all of Arabian Ranches 3.
So whether you're growing a family or you're an investor who's looking for a premium home that makes a real impression, this villa ticks all the boxes.
So, as soon as you walk into a ground floor, you get this big open living and a dining area. It's super bright, super spacious, and are perfect for both everyday living and hosting big gatherings.
Right next to that, you've got a huge kitchen, sleek, modern, and made for people who love to cook or entertain. Behind it, there's a maid's room tucked away with direct access from the kitchen. Super practical.
And yes, there's a bedroom on the ground floor too. Great for guests, elderly parents, or even if you need a home office.
Now, when you go upstairs, wow, the master suite is a showstopper. Big walk-in closet, loads of natural light, and a bathroom that literally feels like something out of a luxury hotel.
And it's not just about the master bedroom. The other 4 bedrooms are all en suite and very spacious. So whether it's for kids, extended family, or visitors, everyone gets their own space and privacy.
And just when you think you've seen it all, there's the rooftop.
Yes, rooftop with a size of around 690 square feet. This is massive. It's not just a terrace, it's a private outdoor lounge. You could do sunset yoga, host barbecues, set up a home cinema, even create your own chill-out zone.
A mini bar, a work from home retreat, or just a peaceful escape. The rooftop gives you space to live how you want.
So, if you're thinking about which option is right for you, 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, or 5-bedroom, ask yourself, how do you want to live? What suits your lifestyle today and in the future?
All right, now let's talk about numbers. Because if you bought early in Caya, chances are you made a really smart move.
Yes, let's start from the very beginning. When Caya first launched back in 2021,
the 3-bedroom villas, they were priced around 3.5 million dirhams. Fast forward to today, those same villas are now transacting for 5.9 million dirhams.
That's almost 70% growth in less than 4 years. And what's amazing is these units are still in high demand, both from people who want to live here and from the investors.
Then we've got the 4-bedroom villas. When they were launched, they were priced at around 4.3 to 4.6 million dirhams, depending on the plot size and the location within the cluster.
And today, they have crossed around 7.1 million dirhams, especially the ones with the bigger plots, the better locations inside the Caya cluster.
Now let's talk about the big ones, the 5-bedroom villas. They started at 5.8 million dirhams when they first launched.
And now, they're going for around over 10 million dirhams. Why? Because these are very few of them. Many are facing the plot park, and the plot sizes are some of the biggest in Arabian Ranches 3.
See, this kind of price jump tells you 2 things. First, that demand is strong, and second, whenever you have standalone villas in a gated Emaar community, especially with limited supply, they don't stay available for long.
Exactly. And it's not just about how much the value has gone up, it's about the exit strategy, the rental income, and the long-term value of being part of a growing master community.
Absolutely. Now here's something important and interesting to note. Transaction prices tell one story, but what's happening on ground is completely different. And Umair, can you explain why?
Yes. So a lot of buyers look at the most recent sales, recent transactions where the villas on average close at around 1,600 dirhams per square foot, and they assume that's the current market rate.
But the truth is that most sellers today are not in a hurry. There's no panic. Many of them have a very comfortable post-handover payment plan, so they're in a good spot to wait for the right price.
And honestly, why wouldn't they wait? The demand is strong, the villas are premium, and with handovers just starting, they know that the prices are only going to go up from here.
Absolutely, and that's why we're now seeing a clear gap between actual sales prices and the current asking prices.
So let's take a look at the active listing on the major property portals. You will notice that active prices are rising, especially as the villas get handed over and owners see what's happening around them.
Another big reason is the type of buyers now entering the market. We're starting to see a lot of mortgage buyers, and that usually happens right after the handovers begin.
Yes, so far, most sales have been to cash buyers, but once the banks start releasing the final valuations and more buyers use the mortgages, we expect a second wave of price growth.
So if you're thinking about buying at this time, right before full handover and before the market matures, it might just be the best chance to enter at a competitive price. So now it brings us to the big question. Where do we expect the prices headed for 3, 4 and 5 bedroom villas?
Yes, so based on the current market momentum and the limited supply of standalone villas all over Dubai and especially in Arabian Ranches 3, and the fact that many sellers are not in rush thanks to the flexible payment plan,
we're expecting the 3 bedroom villas to hit the mark comfortably of 7 million dirhams in the next cycle, especially once the landscaping fills out, once the parks are active, and once the community is a little bit more lived in.
Yes, and as far as the 4 bedroom villas are concerned, we expect the price will going to reach between 8 million to 8.5 million, especially the ones with the bigger plots, the premium facing locations within the cluster, or the park facing units.
And now let's talk about the big ones, the 5 bedroom villas. These are already super rare. Plus, with their wide frontages, big plots and rooftop lounges, we believe they'll cross 13 million dirhams and even maybe touch 14 million dirhams, or maybe even more once the community matures.
And remember, standalone villas inside a gated Emaar communities like this, they are getting harder to find, which means Caya is not just a great place to live, it's a smart long-term investment.
So if you're a buyer who understands that value grows over time, then this kind of property is the one that can really outperform in the next few years.
So yes, the prices are definitely on the rise, especially now that handovers have already started and the mortgage buyers are entering into the market.
But it's also important to understand why some villas are priced higher than others. Not every unit in Caya holds the same value, and there are good reasons for it.
Yes, so one big factor is the location within the cluster. For example, villas that face the community road usually will sell it 5 to 10% less than those facing the park or the green belt.
And that makes sense because buyers are willing to pay more for peace, privacy, and the views.
Yes, so same goes for the corner plots. These are always in demand because they offer more space, more privacy, and often a bigger garden. Perfect for families that love outdoor time or entertaining.
Absolutely. And even the plot size makes a difference. 2 villas might look the same on paper, but if one has 400 to 500 extra square feet of land, that's going to show in the price.
Yes, and there's a location inside the cluster, being close to the central park or play areas, exit and entry points can really add value.
And don't forget, for some buyers, things like Vastu or Feng Shui alignment, it's really, really important. It might not be important to everyone, but for those who care, they'll happily pay a premium for it.
So, what's the takeaway? Every villa in Caya is unique. Its value comes from a mix of plot size, orientation, location within the cluster, the buyer preferences.
So if you want a villa that not only feels good to live in, but also gives you strong resale value, go for a park-facing unit or on the green belt or corner units. These always attract the most interest and perform the best over time.
So when Caya first launched, the price differences between the road-facing or the park-facing villas were not very huge. It was a small difference. But now with handovers happening, and that price gap has grown into the premium units are selling for much more.
So choosing the right villa today can make all the difference for your future gains as well, right?
Yes. So what's really behind the growth of Caya? What is this community doing so well?
Well, first, it comes down to scarcity. There just aren't many standalone villas in Arabian Ranches 3. Caya is one of the few clusters offering independent homes, and that kind of exclusivity creates serious demand.
Yes, and on top of that, the resale market is tight. Right now, there are more buyers than sellers, and that imbalance naturally pushes the prices up. Great news for investors looking for capital appreciation.
But it's not just about supply and demand. It's also about the fact that what's coming next in this community.
Yes, right across from Caya 1, you have got the upcoming clubhouse, the community souk, and the landscape parks, and the central park, all expected to be ready by the end of this year.
These are family-focused amenities that don't just add to the lifestyle, they increase the long-term value of every home around them.
So think about it like this. Once all these features are live, Caya shifts from a handover stage cluster to fully active lifestyle community.
And that's why we believe prices will keep rising, especially for the well-located villas near the parks or the green belts.
Yes, and let's not forget, these are still some of the most affordable standalone villas in any Emaar master community across Dubai.
See, compare that to the nearby areas. There's nothing brand new and at this level with this kind of design, location, or the developer brand that we have today.
So, whether you're planning to live here long term or invest for rental income and growth, Caya is a place where demand is only going to go up.
So a lot of owners often ask how they can augment the price of their villas, how can they increase the price? Well, basically the simple answer to that is that there's a lot you can do with your plot area.
Yeah, so big advantage of owning a villa in Caya, you get a flexibility, and that's where the real value starts to show. Depending on your villa type, the plot size, you can add a lot. Extend your built-up area with Emaar's approval, of course. Add a private pool or even a shaded pergola, and let escape the garden the way you want, from cozy to luxury.
See, these aren't just for looks. Upgrades like these are very important because they can really increase your rental income or make your villa stand out if ever you decide to sell.
Just a quick reminder, always go through the community management and make sure you get all the right approvals or NOCs before starting any upgrading work.
See, whether you're planning to live in the villa or rent it out, upgrading your plot the right way can really add value to your lifestyle and also give you a strong return on your investment.
So, we expect the entire Caya 1 cluster or the Caya cluster to be fully operational and handed over by the year 2020 and 2025 end.
So if you're a serious buyer and you're watching this video, now is the time for you to act.
And as you have seen throughout this video, prices are already climbing, and once the community is fully handed over, the landscaping matures, the key amenities like this, the clubhouse and the central park and the souk are open.
We're going to see another wave of appreciation. So if you get in now, you're not just buying a home, you're securing that future upside, whether you're buying to live, rent, or simply hold.
And most importantly, standalone villas by Emaar are becoming harder to find and more valuable, especially in master plan communities and family-focused communities like Arabian Ranches 3.
So don't wait for the market to move again. Let's help you get in before that happens.
So reach out to us, book a walkthrough. We'll guide you to the right villa in Caya before the prices even go higher.
We've got all the details, comparisons, and real-time updates that you might need because we truly live and breathe in Arabian Ranches 3.
So thank you so much for watching this video. We'll see you in part 3 of Arabian Ranches 3 very soon.